we have steel ties that tie the masonry together. Now, all masonry walls leak because masonry, if you get a driving rain on it, eventually some of the water is going to get actually through the brick. So when that happens, in the old system, as you're talking about, they used to have these massive brick walls, 4 or 5 wide thick of masonry. It wasn't just one. So this one allows water to come in, a limited amount, and it weeps down the inside face of the brick and it comes out the weep holes. That's standard masonry design. It's one of that architectural.
Okay, so it's not touching
no, the vapor barrier or anything else.
Or anything else, because I would think that all that stuff is getting wet. That's going to deteriorate. We're going to have a problem with it because
that's what the cavity is for.
Okay.
You know, if you try to do what they call a barrier system and prevent water from coming in, then you're going to have problems. You have to allow it to weep, and that's what all of our masonry walls do. They weep correctly, and the water comes down the inside face. It's not a lot, just only in certain times. It will eventually get in, and then it comes out the weep holes.
Thank you very much, Larry. So the cracks outside of the auditorium and all those cracks that I found, all in different places in that building have been repaired.
We had
pointed out. How about the doorways?
Which door?
Front doorways on halfway roadside, halfway. When you walk through the doorways, take a look at the bottom. Take a look at all that cement. Take a look at those running boards and everything. How that's all cracking and that's all busted up. Then let the door close, and I want you to look at it with light, and I want you to see how open that is. That maybe that's just settling, Larry. That's how the foundation settled, so that we have that opening down at the bottom of some of these doors where I say insects, ants, maybe even mice, whatever. Please come in and check out the building because it's a beautiful thing. Check out those doorways.
It's possible they need to be adjusted.
It can be adjusted when the cement and everything is cracking there. Something needs to be addressed here, Larry. Okay? Now you can tell me about these venting systems that this company's just told us there's one system that was leaking oil out of somewhere in the ventilation system or whatever, and the leaks within that building. I thought that's already been addressed because they're going to come back and they're going to go look at the roofs. See, my problem is, Larry, it's a brand new building, and when I pay good money for something, I pay good money for it. And in today's day and age, it's like paying a contractor to come to my house. You do the work, you do it to your best abilities. I don't want you back here. Don't come back here with any excuses for me. There should be no excuses, because our former fathers had no excuses for some of the most beautiful buildings that we have in this city that never leaked until we let it deteriorate or whatever happened to them, that turned them bad or whatever. They weren't built like that. So I believe that when I'm doing something, I want the best of the best. And I'm sure I'm going to be told, well, when you build a facility this size, you're always going to have a couple of things. Sure you are. But I don't plan to have things happen, and these things should have been checked out right from the get-go because it just causes me problems later on. So back to the ventilation system. Has that been all addressed? There's no vents leaking anything. There's no black in those vents that I should be seeing. Those have all been cleaned, haven't they?
Yes, vents get cleaned twice a year at least.
But they weren't clean when I found them. And I found that stuff all over that building. Vents all over. That's a brand new building. Okay?
As part of our maintenance of the building, we have to change the filters at least twice a year, which we do, summer and usually the Christmas break.
So nothing's leaking in the building. The vents have all been cleaned. The roof is going to come back. Let's get to the video system in that building. That I understand nobody can see anything going on. We paid a lot of money. Why would we buy a system that I can't see the kids to make sure that that building is entirely safe at all times?
Video cameras are a security issue and they're reviewed by the principal and vice principals, not reviewed by everybody.
Again, they are not working to the magnitude that they should be, where we can see people's faces, we can see people in the hallways. Has that been corrected?
Yes.
By the company? The company came back and replaced and gave us what we deserved.
Commonwealth of Massachusetts came back and made sure the system was working.
Okay, so at this point, as I said, and I'm sorry to do this, but I want what is mine. I want what is the people's. This is a project that drove everybody crazy, that has gone escalating over $100-something million and has opened up Pandora's boxes to everything and anything up in that area. I want the best of the best, and that's why I brought it up. I'm not here.
It'll be both, guys.
I'm not here to really 3 levels like that, but you say it's okay, and, you know, I'm gonna hold your name to this, because we'll be old and we'll be sitting in Brandon Woods, and I swear to God, if I'm 90 and you're 88, I'm gonna get you on this one, okay? Well, maybe that's the reverse, yeah, I like that, thank you, Larry. But I'm gonna address this issue, and I put a little, humor on this, but, this is what I believe, and I believe that, I've said it from the beginning, and that I thought there would be problems there, and they're having problems. You're seeing they've been corrected. We'll do a periodic inspection of the school. As you know, I can get into school even when I'm not invited.
Actually, the school's not mine yet, so you can do it.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, because the day I walked in there, nobody even questioned where I was going. No one even questioned where I was going the day I walked in there, with a reporter and everything. Walked right past the office, no security ever stopped me, nobody came, it wasn't a normal school, it wasn't a school day, but as I said, no one ever stopped us, we could do what we wanted in the building, as far as I'm concerned. Make sure everything's been addressed, and again, I'm going to state to this council, this was no witch hunt by this council was addressing issues, I want you to check their doorways and other things, and if I find something else in the school, I'm going to let you know, Larry.
And if you have any other questions, council, please call me.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, your pleasure, Councilor?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, since I'm the young one on the council, that any messages that need to be relayed in the future, I'd be glad to pass it on.
I get you. Any, Councilor Gomes?
I didn't say I would be here, I said I would still be listening.
Yes, and I'm sorry, I was just having a brief conversation with my colleague, and I didn't mean to be rude to the entire council. At this time, I would like to table this, just in case I find anything
Motion
else.
to table will be seconded, and on the question, seeing none, all those in favor, all those opposed, the ayes have it. Number 9 is before us. Substitute motion, Councilor Gomes, asking that the Committee on Appointments and Briefings meet with the National Park Service Executive Director, the Economic Development Council, representatives of transit, hospitality, and city's preservation